Boston, I'm an internal governance officer at the Labour Party, and this is the third part of our How To on meetings and our choice voting platform for CLP secretaries members to view. This part of the meeting, I just want to say as well, Fraser Welsh, who's head of internal governance, is also on the call, so he might well jump in anything that I've forgotten. Just to show the previous parts as well, one was an overview of online meetings, how to set up the ballot on choice voting, and also and what is in part 3, which is going to be this one, is how to schedule a meeting on Teams and also check the eligibility of your members. So obviously that's slightly different given the fact it's online. Okay. But this guidance obviously is available online, like we said, and also will be available at different parts of the website as well. So and obviously any updates as well if there's anything changes. Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen now. Right, this is the browser version of Microsoft Teams. So just going to show you how to set up an actual meeting in Teams. So this is, like I said, this is the browser version. You can get the app version, but I'm going to use the browser now. That's something that's probably more available to everybody. If you look on the side here when you go onto Teams, so teams.microsoft.com, you've logged in. On the side you'll have calendar. If you click on the calendar this week, the calendar will show up. So obviously you can then move across, see which date you want to set the meeting at. If you click on the area you want to set it, I'll set for one of the teacher just so it shows a new meeting. Okay, that comes up automatically, and let's just call this test 2 CLP meeting. Okay. Now, what's very important here is you need to add in an email address. It doesn't have to be a lot of email addresses. We just advise you to put in one email address. As so on. I'm going to put in my work email address here, and it should come up here. It says invite. And once you press send on that, it will come up like this here, and then if you click on the meeting again, it will come, and you'll notice that this has now appeared here. So this is the Join Microsoft Teams meeting link. This is really important because this is what you're going to send to the members in your CLP for your meeting. So joined. Yep, so there we are. So you just need to copy the link behind there and then add that into your organized notice. So in organized, just when you're setting up your email, you need to just add that into the normal meeting as you would do in a location for an event. So it's just kind of replicating that. Okay, so just to move on then slightly, once your meeting has been set up, once you are, let's just pretend this is the day of the meeting, you're joined. This is the kind of thing you will see as in your Microsoft Teams meeting, and how it will look for without any members in, because the members haven't actually arrived yet. What's also important as well is at this point, I think it's worth saying that the organised so in the organised invite, please make sure you let members know that they need to have their full name, unless they're under the age of 18, when you say that they should just have their first name. But all members, it needs to be their full name, so that you can identify who they are, and it makes the eligibility side of this a little bit easier. Okay, so when members are joining, what you'll get is that they will the system will say here that they're in a lobby. And so when they're in the lobby, the list of members are there in the lobby, and you essentially need to check whether they're eligible. Now, obviously, for a selection meeting, that means that they need to have at least 6 months membership. However, for the NEC nomination meeting, that just needs to be 8 weeks. And obviously, you will have sent this out via. You will only send the email notice to the eligible members anyway. So just make sure that's okay. And also, as a reminder, you need to make sure you send any, so you need to set up a meeting depending on what you have currently as your structure. So if that's a GC delegate structure, so that obviously only invites GC delegates and it makes the eligibility for that slightly easier than the nomination meeting. But if it's an all member meeting, you need to make sure that those members do have the on attendance. Now, as we've said previously, only those who are eligible to take part in the ballot are at least in attendance at the meeting. So you can't have people who aren't there voting in the nomination meeting or in the selection meeting. So that's quite important. We need to make sure we stick to that. So what we say is that when people arrive in the meeting, if you have it all set up like this in this form here, so the membership number, the name, and email, people you sent the email out to, and then if they're in attendance, just simply no, yes, no, depending on if they're in the meeting or not. That itself will save and also it will make sure that when the ballot does get sent out to those members, that is only those who are in attendance that are receiving that ballot. Okay, so once you have your list of eligible members, I think Fraser did go through this in the last on the last call. Essentially, you need at this point to upload this Excel spreadsheet into choice voting, so that all of the attendees, need to upload into choice voting to ensure that those are the ones that receive the ballot and nobody else. I can't think of anything else. I'm afraid I can pop in there anything that I've forgotten there.
Oh, sorry. I was just about to say, Ian, shall we run through some frequently asked questions on Microsoft Teams? Because I know over the last week or two we've had quite a lot of inquiries. So you may have touched on this first one already, but if I was a CLP secretary with quite a large membership, do I have to individually add everybody's email addresses to Microsoft Teams to invite them to the meeting?
So no. So this is something that would be handled by the link that we found in the notice. So one of the reasons we're doing the eligibility check is to make sure that this hasn't been sent on to people who don't have it, so eligible. So you won't be sending out a link as such. You won't be adding in email addresses to Teams for them to be invited to the meeting. Once they've clicked that link, as an external user, they will be able to access the meeting. So anyone who clicks that link, that's the point. You need to check that they're eligible.
Okay. The next question: can I do show of hands votes within Microsoft Teams?
Yep, definitely. I can show you through that now. So let me just share my screen again, and I'll show you how to do that. Hold on. Right. Sorry. So on here you'll see the show conversation function at the bottom. So let's just say the meeting is going on and somebody has called for a vote that would normally require a hand vote. So this is a public vote that people can see. However, obviously on Zoom this is actually quite fairly straightforward to use because you actually have a voting function that's available if you've got the paid version of Zoom. However, if you're using Teams, then that doesn't necessarily have that automatically there. What we suggest is you use a Forms. So Microsoft Forms has a small extension here. If you click on these three dots, we'll come up with here, like the Find app, and you should see Microsoft Forms available to you, or search for it. So let's just say, for example, somebody has said they want to call for the vote, but there's a bit of a disagreement in the room because some people want to carry on with the meeting. The person running the meeting can click Forms and put in whatever that might be, and then you can put in simply yes or no. Once you've done that, you click next, and then send. Now what this will do, it will simply send it into the meeting chat. So it's not actually going to send it anywhere else. And every single person in that chat will be able to see this and simply click once no, you click submit, and it will come up here with an updated tracker, and that will increase as total people vote. So that's how you would do a hand vote. As I said, with Zoom, if you're using Zoom, it's quite a lot simpler because there is actually the option for each person to say yes or no to whatever's being proposed verbally in the meeting.
Okay, and final question. We've had lots of questions about accessibility, and there is some information from Microsoft that we can circulate about Microsoft Teams' various accessibility functions. But could you show us how closed captions work if you want to switch on native captions?
Yeah.
You were looking in the right place there.
So
the option possibly isn't there because there's nobody else in the meeting, but there should be an option to automatically have captions in that little menu.
Yeah, and the captions are essentially as you would expect, so like subtitles. So it works in quite a good fashion for that, just like you would have it in any kind of like subtitle on the TV or whatever. It does work. Yeah, so if you are right, I don't think.
Okay, I think that might be everything.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Obviously, we have we can obviously get anyone can feed back to us any questions they have specifically about these meetings anyway, and through the chat here, and specifically for Microsoft Teams, we have helpdesk@labourclp.org.uk. So anything particular to that, you can obviously just contact us and we'll try and do our best to help. Cool, I think that